We'll start by talking about number 3. So the length of the water slide is 9 yards. So its length is 9, and the width is 2. Okay. And right away when it starts talking about length and width, a lot of times that's going to be a clue that it's going to be an area. But it says how much of the surface of the slide must be covered. It means like the inside part of this. That means it's an area problem. So 9 times 2, because length times width, 9 times 2 equals 18 square yards. Cool. So you can pause this. When you're done, submit this to Schoology. And then we're going to the next page. Next page we're working on is page 348. If you haven't sent it to Notability, make sure to send it to Notability. And this one, I'm just going to do 2 problems, just to talk about it first. It's going to be the same exact, but I'm just going to read through the problem, just to start. The floor of a delivery van has an area of 56 square feet. Oh, it might have given me a clue word there. Area, 50 square feet, and is 8 feet long. How many rows of 8 boxes that measure 1 foot by 1 foot can be put on the floor of the delivery van? So it gave me a lot of numbers in this one that can make it seem a little confusing. But I do know that it's going to be an area problem because it's talking about area, 56 square feet. So I'm going to draw by my rectangle here. Okay, so it's 50. It already told me that it's 56 square feet, and it's 8 feet long. They just want to know how many rows of boxes can they make that measure 1 foot by 1 foot. Well, if every box was 1 foot, well, the way I would think about that is, okay, well, each one is 1 foot long, so that means I just need to have 8 here. But I just don't know how many rows I'm going to have, though, for sure. But since I know it's an area, I'm missing rows. That means it's a missing side length. So I can, again, do 8 times blank equals 56. Or 56 divided by 8 equals blank. So, and I just know that 8 times 7 equals 56. Or 56 divided by 8 equals 7. And it is 7. Because back to the question is, how many rows? So probably should have underlined that too. How many rows? Well, it's 7 rows. Okay. I don't know why it's not all following me here today. It's weird. Okay. I'm going to go to this part here. I'm going to read number 6, but I'm not going to do number 6. So if you want to, I'm going to read it to you. And then you can pause the video and solve it, or just you can listen. But Zach is planning to make a flower garden. He has 24 one-yard sections of the fence that he plans to place around the garden. He wants the garden to be as long as possible. What is the longest length he can use for the garden? How wide will the garden be? Okay. Then I'm going to read number 7 here as well. I'm not going to do number 7, but I'm going to read number 7. And if you want to then stop the video and work on that problem after I read it, you can. An exercise room is 9 yards long and 7 yards wide. A locker room, 8 yards long and 6 yards wide, is attached to one end of the exercise room. How much floor space do the exercise room and the locker room take up? Ooh, that is almost a multi-step, because it says there's an exercise room that is 9 yards long and 7 yards wide. Then it says a locker room is 8 yards long and 6 yards wide. And it's attached to it. How much floor space do they take up how much do they take up basically together? So you're going to have to do, and it's talking about floor space. It's like how much space does it take, okay? I don't know, I'm trying to think. What's that, perimeter and area? It's not talking about the outside. It's a hint. I am going to do this problem, though, number 8. Rose's dog Sparky is 24 inches long. One side of Sparky's dog house is 36 inches long, and the other side is twice as long as Sparky. What is the distance around Sparky's dog house? So this, again, is a multi-step problem. Okay, so I'm going to get my rectangle here, though. Okay, so one side is 36 inches long. I know that. And it says the other is twice as long as Sparky is. Well, so if Sparky is 24 inches, try to think here. So 24 inches, it's twice as long. Oh, well, I just have to do 24 plus 24. It's like basically 2 Sparkies. 4 plus 4 is 8. 2 plus 2 is 4. So that means this side is 48. And if the top is 48, the bottom is 48. If my left side is 36, my right side is 36. Oh, and it says, what is the distance around Sparky's doghouse? That is a perimeter problem. So I just have to add all those numbers up. So I know that 48 plus 36, I'm going to do that. 8 plus 6 is 14. Carry that up. 1 plus 4 plus 3 is 8. And I'm going to do that again. 48 plus 36. 8 plus 6 is 14. Carry that up. Equals 8. So then I just have to do 84 plus 84. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 6, carry that up. 168. So 168 inches is the measurement. So I'm going to pause it here. Then we'll come back to do number 6 and number 7.